pretty durable. Holding up fairly well. Alright, you saw that footage of me beating on this knife. This is the Night Stalker 9 from Ontario Knife Company. Their Ranger series of basically outdoor survival and military use fixed blades. The blade steel on this, 5160 carbon steel. And the blade length, if you measure from the very top of the handle scale, is 9.6 inches. Alright, so this is an extra large size fixed blade. Let me give you a size comparison. Alright, there you see it next to a full-size USMC K-bar fighting knife. I like to use that knife because it's a very popular knife. A lot of people have it or have handled one. And as you can see, it is significantly longer than a full-sized military fighting knife. Alright, and one more size comparison. This is a replica of the old Vietnam style tomahawks. Alright, and I've placed it over the blade just so you can see that this Night Stalker 9 is actually, the total length is a little bit longer than a short tomahawk. So very substantial blade length here. And the handle scales on this are high visibility orange G10. It's going to help you find it if you drop it, if you want outdoor survival tool. But if you're going the more military use end, they do have 3 different colors of micarta handle scales. For example, desert tan. Alright, so if you want a more stealthy color, they have those options available. Here you see the Night Stalker and the sheath that it comes with. It has a Velcro horizontal retaining strap. There's a secondary pocket here. This is a nylon sheath. Kydex buckle, secondary pocket for first aid kit, multi-tool, etc. Now, this sheath, it's not, it's not the best sheath because it does there is a lot of wiggle room. You see that? So that's, that's not the best, especially for, under duress military situations. So you might have to, you're gonna have to customize the sheath, is what I'm saying. Eyelets there. The rest of the sheath, eyelets there to lash it to your thigh. It is MOLLE compatible. You see that there. And there is the belt loop right there. Alright, so there's the sheath. It's not the best sheath. And obviously it has a hard plastic insert there. And yep, that's the sheath that it comes with. Alright, and here's a close-up, the blade itself. You see it as a pronounced recurve right there, kind of, the same idea as on a kukri or kukari, for example. And then you see it's a drop point there, close-up of the tip. This is designed as an outdoor tool, but also for military, hand-to-hand combat in a last-ditch situation. And it looks like it would be very effective for that. It is a 1/4 inch thick at the spine. You see the thickness there. So it is very durable. and then you see a full flat grind. And you see the finish, the black powder coat. You know, that's to resist corrosion, general wear and tear. You see it is a little scuffed up just from the testing I did on it, but it is holding up pretty well. And I'm sure I could, you know, clean the scuffing off. I tried hard enough. See, it is a true full tang. And I'm very happy with this color of G10, the orange G10. It's done very well. You see there's a lanyard slot there, and you see it has, right, texture on the, you know, it has an impact surface there with texture on it. Lanyard slot. Right, and you see these three Allen type screws. They are, you know, double-headed. And you see it says OKC Ontario Knife Company Ranger Series. And these are made in the USA. Alright, notice there is no swedge. There is no swedge here. Alright, it's just flat. The place I ordered this from, which was Knife Works, they had a picture that clearly depicted a swedge. I'm assuming their picture was out of date. It might have been like a prototype picture or something, but I ordered it thinking it would have a swedge, and it didn't. And the swedge is a more costly feature to add, so, you know, I think they should send you exactly what is depicted, but I'm sure that was just, you know, I'm sure that was just an error. These things happen, but just so you know, if you see a picture with a swedge, that's not the right picture. Now, my real thing I don't like about the knife, that's more about the design, is just how narrow it gets and just how narrow it is. Let me show you what I mean. All right, you see this knife? This is a K-bar heavy Bowie. Now compare it to the Night Stalker 9. Notice the Night Stalker, it's a longer blade than the heavy Bowie, but look how much wider, look how much more grind area the heavy Bowie has. I mean, I know this is a recurve design, but even if that recurve wasn't there, it would still be significantly more narrow than this knife, and I would just prefer it if it was wider. Now you might say, oh, well, you just shouldn't have gotten it. Well, you know, it looks different in the picture. That's one of the uses of seeing it in video. Because when you see it in a thumbnail, you know, they have the thumbnail pointing at you like this. It looks huge. So, you know, that's one of the uses of video, to show it more in relation to other knives and to a person's hand. Now, here's the thing. This knife comes in other sizes, okay, shorter sizes. And I'm thinking that the original knife was probably one of the, you know, the original design was probably one of the shorter sizes. And in order to make the 9, it's kind of like they just stretched out, you know, they stretched it out lengthwise, but they didn't really widen it out proportionally. So you're getting a long knife, but not a very wide knife. All right, so, you know, I would prefer it a little wider, but I have to say, as I used this knife and I really chopped things and actually used it, I kind of warmed up to it and I got to like it a lot more than just on appearances. All right, so I don't want to say that no, I'm not trying to bash it. I actually did like it in hand. It felt good. I mean, you saw the testing. It can do work. It can do real work. All right, so overall, I do like the blade. I think it could fulfill its function as an outdoor survival tool. Definitely large size camp knife, you know, a wilderness tool, but also I think it could serve as a larger size military knife. Definitely would be devastating if used against an enemy. So yeah, as an outdoor survival and military knife in the larger size category, I do believe it works. There are more expensive knives, there's like the SE Junglas and stuff that are also large size, but those are more expensive. So for the price, I like it. I'd give it a solid B+. Alright, hope you enjoyed this knife review. Stay tuned for many more. I'm out.